strap if you have one, if you find that useful. We're gonna get into our shoulders today. And maybe a pillow would be nice. I'll go grab one really quick. We'll use that towards the end. It's not imperative, but it might be nice for some support. Let's begin. Any position with the body. You can start on your backs, you can start in a seat. If you do come onto your back, you can be in full Shavasana with legs extended in front of you. You might have soles of the feet together and knees open out wide in Supta Baddha Konasana. You might have feet on the mat, knees knocked in constructive rest. Oh my goodness, there are so many options. But you land and you close your eyes and you come to the breath. And you lengthen it. And you let it soften you. And you check in, what is my energy today? Taking this time at the top of our practice to begin the practice of getting honest. What is here right now? How can I honor my body through this practice? In honoring our own bodies, we bring that out into the world. It makes us better humans, I promise. A few more moments here in stillness. What does it mean to honor your body? If the legs have any shape to them, or if you're seated, come onto your back, extend the legs out in front of you. Point the toes, flex the feet, roll the ankles. Roll them in the opposite direction. And then pause, pressing the heels forward, pulling the toes back. All 10 toes point towards the sky. Legs engage. Quadriceps hug to the bone. Kneecaps lift. Inner thighs roll towards the earth gently, hugging the outer hips towards one another. And then begin to tilt the pelvis towards neutral so that the tailbone is reaching towards the heels and the frontal hip points are lifting. Trying to make the curve of the lumbar spine a bit smaller. It probably will still be some curve, but we use the core to engage, pulling the belly button to spine. Legs stay nice and active, float the arms towards the sky, palms space one another. Reach the arms back. Grab a hold of the left wrist. Inhale, lengthen through the side waist. Exhale, lift the head. Walk the head over towards the right as you curve the body towards the right. Take the left foot, cross it over the right ankle. You can walk the right ankle more towards the corner of your mat, making a nice curve with your body, a crescent shape here. Inhale. Exhale, uncross foot from foot. Bring the head back through center. Sweep the arms down beside the body. Legs are hips distance. Sweep the arms up and back. Grab the right wrist. Stretch it back long. Lift the head. Walk it over to the left. Curve the body. Stack right ankle on top of left. This might be plenty. If you feel any pinching, just stay where you are. And then if you want to move any further into this crescent shape, the left heel moves more towards the left, with the right heel still stacked. Breathe into the ribs. Keep that engagement of the belly, inviting the tailbone to point towards the heels. Unstack ankle from ankle, step the right foot down, come back through center, feet are hips distance, arms reach. Exhale, sweep the arms down beside the body. Bend the knees, soles of the feet towards the earth. Try to get the heels underneath the knees as best you can. Here you can really press the low back to the earth and flatten that lumbar curve. Press into the heels. Lift the hips, inhale. Exhale, lower. Press into the heels, inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Keep moving, breathing. Try to keep the glutes out of this. They don't need to clench as you lift. You can press more into the heels and activate the hamstrings. Next time you raise the hips, pause, breathe. Roll the shoulder blades under the back. You can hold the edges of the mat. Gently lift the chin so that the back of the neck has its natural curve. Press the shoulder blades towards the heart. Notice how this feels on the shoulders, on the spine, on all the muscles that support the back body, support us standing, being bipedal. Lower the hips to the earth. Walk the feet wide, knock the knees in, take a breath. And then knock the knees from side to side, swiping right and left. And back through center. Hug the knees in, press the tailbone down, give a gentle rocking. Keep the right knee in, left foot can come to the floor, take the strap around the ball of the foot. And maybe the left leg extends if the hamstring is feeling open at this point of the practice. Otherwise, that left knee stays bent with foot on the floor. You can certainly try to extend the leg. If you notice the low back curving up a lot, keep that left knee bent. You can also keep the right knee bent here. Metronome it side to side. Rocking from one hip to the other. And then let's take some circles with the leg, the heel reaching towards the sky. Take them slow today. Take them slow and wide, exploring. Go in the opposite direction. I like to have my strap in my right hand and my left hand on my left hip point, reminding myself to keep it rooted. Pause and center. And then bend the knee. Come into half happy baby. So you've got the strap on the foot already. You don't have to lose the strap. This can be a really nice modification when the hips are tight. The knee doesn't have to bend as steeply as my knee bends. It might only bend, a quarter of an inch. But it's outside of the ribs. Breathing into the belly. Extend the leg up towards the sky. Take the strap into the left hand, right thumb into hip crease, cross over the meridian of the body. The right hip stays rooted to the earth, and the left leg is engaged if it's extended. You probably would feel this on the outer edge of the leg, maybe behind the hamstrings a bit. Come back through center. Release the strap, bring the foot to the floor, hug the opposite knee in. Left knee this time. Strap around the ball of the foot. Start with the leg lifted. Check in. How do I honor my body in this pose? Do I bend my knee more? Do I extend my right leg? Wherever you are, the outer hips are hugging in. You're reaching up through the heel, and let's metronome from side to side. And then we'll take it into circles. Big, slow circles. You might have the right hand on the front of the right hip. Strap in the left hand. Both directions. What do you feel? Pause through center. The strap comes into the right hand, the left thumb into the left hip crease, reminding you to roll that hip forward and press the hip down so the low back doesn't come off the mat at all. And then begin to take the leg, cross it over the midline. It doesn't have to go far. It shouldn't go super far. It definitely shouldn't be towards the floor. Breathe more space into the back of the leg. Beautiful. Come back through center and come into happy baby, half happy baby with the strap. Another deep breath into the belly. Release the strap to the side. We'll come back to it. Hug both knees in. Rock forward and back along the spine. Let's come up into a seat, crossing at the shins. Right shin in front of left. Just a little metronome side to side, front to back. Find the center of your sit bones. And then when you go ahead and find that, flip the right arm up towards the sky. Notice if the shoulder is crowding the ear here. There might be the tendency of like, ooh, I gotta reach my arm up high. Roll it down so that there's more space between your neck and your shoulder. Feel the scoop of the tricep towards the face. And then just bend the elbow. The hand might land behind the head. It might land lower on the neck. All good. Outer tricep keeps hugging in, elbows reaching up towards the sky. Reach the left arm up, take the hand onto the elbow. And it's not so much that we're like cranking the elbow, because that would not be honoring our bodies. We're not cranking the elbow towards behind our head. Instead, think of lifting the elbow towards the sky as it rotates in towards the face with the tricep. Shoulders away from the ears. You can wiggle the fingers of the right hand here. Press down into the right hip. Begin to tilt the body ever so slightly towards the left. Try and keep lots of space on the left side waist so we're not getting lots of crinkles in our side waist on the left side. So we keep lifting up out of the waist. It's a little twist. You might begin to peek towards the right underneath the right tricep. Keep the shoulders away from ears. They like to creep up. Inhale through center, float the arms up. Exhale, twist towards the right. Release left hand onto right knee, right hand behind. Roll the shoulders down, the back, lift the heart. Tip the right ear towards the right shoulder. Breathe into the left side of the neck. Drop chin towards chest. Lift the chin parallel to the earth. One more inhale. Exhale, unwind. Switch the crossing of the shins. Side to side, front to back. Find center on the sit bones. Left arm reaches up. Right? Drop the shoulder away from the ear. Hug the tricep in. Hand comes behind the head, maybe towards the neck. Tricep keeps hugging in. Right arm up, hand onto elbow. Your sides may be very different from one another. Some days my right's more open, some days my left is. Depends on how I slept. Think of lifting lots of space into the side waist on the left side and right side, like you're lifting that elbow towards the sky, and then a little side bend, just a little one. It's not a ton. We're breathing into the ribs. We're getting lots of space there. You might wiggle the left fingers. Make a fist, open it up. Inhale through center. Reach the arms up, gaze up, twist to the left. Right hand, left knee, left hand behind. Roll the shoulders back and down. Heart lifts, belly lifts. Pelvis is nice and neutral. Drop the left ear towards the left shoulder. You might open and close your jaw a bit. It's a nice jaw stretch for me, for sure. Drop chin to chest. Lift chin upright. Inhale. Exhale, unwind. Ooh, give it a little wiggle. Roll the shoulders out. And come to tabletop. Hands and knees. Hands line up underneath the shoulders, knees under hips. Now you have options with your hands. The middle fingers might be parallel or the index fingers might be parallel. If you're working with tighter shoulders, I would go with index fingers parallel with one another. Tip the heart forward, cow. Round the spine, cat. Keep moving with your breath. Just linear movements, cow and cat. Next time you get to cow, I want you to pause there and breathe. Rolling the shoulder blades back. The blades come together on the back, pressing towards the heart center. Reaching the heart forward through the gates of the arms, belly pulling up and in. There's a slight engagement, belly to spine. Press the floor away, dome through the back. Pull the shoulder blades away now. Cat pose, chin can come towards chest. Tabletop. Let's walk the arms forward. Come onto forearms. You might have a block under your forehead. Maybe the forehead makes its way to the earth. If your shoulders are tight, you're certainly feeling this. Let the heart melt towards the earth.
Give the tail a little waggle. This is puppy dog pose. Feel the triceps hug in, hollowing out the armpits. Press into the hands. Begin to lift the chest. You're up on hands. They're extended far in front of you. Belly to spine. And then let's walk the right hand in and sweep the left arm up towards the sky. Reaching up through the left hand. Inhale. Exhale, weave it under the right side. Inhale, reach it back up towards the sky. Exhale, round in, reach under. Inhale, up towards the sky. This time as we reach under, the left shoulder can come to the earth. If you have a block, you might put it under your head, or your head might just land on the earth. Keep pulling the left hip back. You could tent up onto right fingertips. You might creep crawl them forward like a little spider. If you did crawl the right arm forward, it's kind of like a down dog arm. Tricep hugging in. How are you honoring your body here? Thank you, body. Walk the hand back towards the face. If it moved forward, that's that right hand. Press into the right hand. Engage the belly as you reach that left arm back up towards the sky. Take the left hand onto the hip. Keep the gaze over towards the left, the chest twisting towards the left. Step the left foot back and swivel the heel down. Modified side plank. So the left foot presses towards the earth with the heel lining up with the right toes. The left arm reaches towards the sky. Belly to spine. If you want to get funky with some balance, you can bring the right shin out to the right, or the right toes out to the right, bring the shin onto a little bit of a diagonal, and you might float that left leg. This is similar to half moon pose. Wherever you are, we're going to come back towards hands and knees, but see if you can do it with so much control that the chest turns to the earth first before anything lands. Cool, maybe. Tabletop. Shins are parallel again, knees under hips, hands under shoulders. And sweep the right arm up. Weave it underneath the left side. Inhale, right arm up. Exhale, weave it under. Inhale, reach it up. This time, as you weave it under, you drop shoulder towards the earth. Oh my goodness, what a different side this is. Breathing. Letting the twist wring you out. You might crawl the left hand forward. But it might be plenty just having the left hand exactly where it is. The only person who can know what is useful in your body in this moment is you. Honor that. Trust it. Left hand comes down onto the earth in front of the face. Press into it. Lift up with the right arm. Belly to spine. Hand to hip. On the right hand, right hip. Step the right foot back, long like half plank, and then swivel the heel towards the earth. Top arm up, shoulders away from the ears, belly to spine. This might be plenty. You might take that left shin on a diagonal for a little kickstand and play with balance. Keyword, play. Belly to spine, take up a lot of space here. The reach in the right fingertips makes the left hand feel lighter. Pretty cool. Look down at the earth. Slowly make your way back into tabletop. Okay. Hands walk forward, tuck toes, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Let's pedal out the feet. Oh, we're in our down dog. Take your time pedaling out your feet, finding your dog. Coming to the breath more and more each moment. Lift the right leg, inhale. Bend the knee, open the hip. Keep hugging the left hip up and back. And then step the foot through to the hands. Walk it out to the right, lower the back knee. Keep the toes tucked. Lift the torso. Hug the outer hips in. Drop your hands onto your front knee. Sink the hips forward. This is not how we usually do our lifted high or low lunge. That's where we are. But you can have this exploration of the psoas. You might give yourself a little back bend so you can feel the stretch of all the muscles through the core. Maybe lift the left arm up and back. Ooh, feels good. Come back through center, hands on knee. Press out of that leg a little bit, lifting the hips. Nice, so we go back towards 90 with this front leg. And then drop that outer hip down, hug it in. Nice. Hands to hips, belly to spine. Pop the back knee up. This is Anjaneyasana. Crescent warrior, the arms float. Let's take a little bit of that C curve, that crescent curve with the body. Grab the left wrist with the side body crescent curve. And then tip over towards the right ever so slightly. Keep the right side growing long. Maybe a little bit of a back bend, a crescent in the back too. Ooh, so many crescents. Inhale through center. Exhale, hands to the earth. Lower the back knee, pull the hips back. Now this might be where you stay, moving through Ardha Hanumanasana and a low lunge. Inhale is the lunge. Exhale pulls the hips back, Ardha Hanumanasana. If your hamstrings are already feeling more open, you'll lift the back knee. And it'll be this lunge forward. Exhale, pull the hips back, straightening both legs. So keep moving with the breath like you're flossing through the hips and hamstrings. And let's practice ahimsa, non-harm, which includes not judging ourselves and our bodies. The next time you've got the knee bent, stay there. Everyone lift the back knee. Pull belly to spine. Hug the right hip in. Begin to shift the weight towards that front foot. You could walk the hands forward and then lift the back leg. Just for a moment into a standing split. Hug that right hip in and up, 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 up. Lower the left foot to meet the right, hips distance. Head hangs. You could take two fists in between your inner arches, and that will give you a good estimation of hips distance with the feet. Heart lifts, flat back. Exhale, fold in. Plant into the feet, sweeping the arms up and overhead. Gather up the sky, bring it right down, heart center. Sweep the arms, inhale. And dive forward, exhale. Heart lifts, inhale. Exhale, plant the hands, step back. Plank pose, our first plank pose. We're here, we're holding, we're breathing. Knees can be on the earth, of course. Belly pulling up and in. If knees are lifted, just bend the knees an inch. Feel that core turn on. Belly to spine, and then extend the legs back out. So much support. Peek forward over the edge of your mat. Knees could lower certainly here for modified chaturanga, low or all the way to the earth. Uncurl the tops of the feet, press them to the earth, hands beside the chest. Really root down all 10 toes and pelvis to the earth. Think of length, crown of the head reaching forward, heart reaching forward, hands scrubbing back. Low cobra, breathing. We don't want to hold our breath, right? Inhale. Exhale, roll down. Tuck the toes. Hug the elbows. Engage the legs, the knees lift off the earth. Now, on an exhale, you're going to press up to plank or modified plank. So knees might be on the earth for modified plank. Inhale. And exhale. Press up. Hips up and back. I'm still working on that one. It's hard. Lift the left leg. Bend the knee, open the hip. Pull the right hip up and back. Root evenly into both hands. Exhale, footsteps through. Walk it out to the left. Lower the back knee down. Keep the toes tucked. Come up. Hands to the left knee. Sink the hips here. Lift the heart. Roll the shoulder blades back. Press into the front heel. Come out of that. Hug the outer hips. Float the arms up. Grab the right wrist. Keep the shoulders away from the ears as you tip over gently towards the left. Keep the wrinkles out of the left side waist. Keep hugging the hips. Maybe a little bit with the chest. Oh, I did this too early. That's okay. We'll do it again. Come back through center. Release hands to hips. Back toes are tucked. Lift the back knee off the earth. An abbreviated crescent warrior because we already burned some of it. Grab the right wrist. Outer hips hug. Little tip to the left. A little lift with the heart. Belly is so strong. Front heel is rooted. Inhale through center. Exhale, hands to the earth. Back knee down. Let's all start Ardha Hanumanasana. Pull the hips back. Rebend the knee. Decide if the back knee is lifting. Inhale is the heart forward. Exhale pulls you back. Inhale forward. Exhale, straight legs. Inhale. Keep moving. Either high lunge or low lunge. Ardha Hanumanasana or this modified pyramid. And the next time that you've got the front knee bent, pause. Belly to spine. Outer hips hug. Walk the hands forward. Begin to get lighter on the back foot as you press into the front foot. The back foot floats up towards the sky. Square the hips and lower the foot to the earth. Feet are hips distance. Heart lifts. Inhale. Roll in. Exhale. Plant into the feet. Sweep the arms. Hands come to heart. Grab your strap. If you have open shoulders, you might not need the strap at all. All good. You'll explore. Hands at the small of the back with the strap in between them. There might be a foot to a half a foot. There might be 2 feet in between your hands. Depends on how your shoulders are feeling. Feet are hips distance. Draw the knuckles towards the earth. Lift the frontal hip points by engaging the core. Gaze up. Knees are soft. Begin to stick your butt out as you fold forward over the legs. Now knuckles are reaching up towards the sky. Head is heavy and hangs. Shoulders away from ears. As the knuckles reach, can they begin to float forward any amount? You'll feel this in the shoulders. Probably the fronts of the shoulders might be turning on. But it really just depends on what's tight in your body. Every body is so different. Shift a little weight towards the ball of the foot. Breath in and breath out. Bend the left knee deeply. Bring the left shoulder towards the left knee. They don't have to make contact. We're just twisting the chest a bit towards the right. Head is still heavy. Back through center. Bend the right knee deeply, straighten into the left leg more. Twist the chest towards the left side. Shoulders away from ears. Honoring the shoulders. Come back through center. Strap to hips. Strap down the legs, arms surrender. Lift halfway. Plant the hands, step back through plank. Decide if you'd like a vinyasa, that's certainly big on the shoulders, or skip it. Meet in down dog. Right leg lifts. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale up and back. Exhale, knee to nose. Dome that upper back like cat pose. Inhale up and back. Exhale, knee to nose, pause, breathe. Look forward. Belly to spine, flex the right foot. How lightly can you step it through? Right foot in the center of the mat. Back heel swivels down. Slight angle with the back toes. Start by feeling the outer hip hug in on the right side and pull back. Right knee is towards 90. And the front of that knee is pointing right over the second and third toe. Belly to spine. Fire up the back leg. Press into the front heel. Begin to lift the torso. So for a moment, just have the ribs face the same direction as the hips. It's probably towards the upper left corner of your mat. Keep the hips exactly where they are. Keep firing up that back leg. Now turn the chest towards the left side of the mat so it's parallel to the side of the mat. Reach the arms out, warrior two. The gaze can come out over the right fingertips. Belly to spine. Strong back leg, the inner thigh is rolling back. Take the gaze over to the left side. Reach the arms towards the left side. Flip the palms up. Take the right arm under the left, bend the elbows, backs of the hands can touch. I'll flip around so y'all can see me. I'm hiding it from you. So right elbow is under left, but we've got the warrior two legs. You might do a double wrap. Lift the elbows up, pull them away from the body. Shoulder blades protract, pulling away from one another. And then drop chin to chest. Breathe into the back body. Let it fly away. Inhale. Release or flip the front palm. Exhale, reverse warrior. Stay for the inhale. Exhale, cartwheel the hands. Step back. Move through. Vinyasa. Down dog. Left leg lifts. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, left knee to nose, round the spine, up and back. Inhale. Exhale, hold, breathe. Knee towards nose, shoulder blades moving away from one another. Look forward. How lightly step it through. Press into the front heel. Swivel the back heel down, toes point between 2 and 3 o'clock. Outer left hip is hugging in. Belly pulling to spine, strong back leg. Root into the front heel. Upright the torso. So again, we'll just have the chest line up right over the hips for a moment so we can see the difference. So it's pointing towards that upper right corner. Keep the hips where they are. You could put the hands on the hips so that you can feel they stay. And then just turn the chest. So the chest gets flush with the right side of the mat. The arms extend. Stay strong in the legs. That back leg, inner arch is lifting. Hips, ribs, shoulders, all in one line. Warrior two. Now look over towards the right side. Arms float forward towards the right side. Palms face up. Left under right this time. Backs of the hands can touch. Maybe it's a double wrap. Lift the elbows to the height of the shoulders and pull them away from your body. Dip chin towards chest. Keep the legs strong. Let the arms fly away. Inhale. Flip the front palm. Exhale, reverse warrior. Side bend. Inhale here. Exhale, arms up and over. Step back, final vinyasa if you choose it. We're going into our cool down. Knees to the earth. Walk the right hand towards the center of the mat, left hand over to the left side. Step the right foot forward. You might walk the left knee back. Let the hips sink for a moment here. You could roll onto the outer edge of the right foot if that feels good and useful in your body. Notice the teeth. Are they touching? Can they be spacious from one another? From top to bottom? I don't know that you can change the space between your rows of teeth. Come back, step back into that tabletop. Right hand over to the right, left hand towards the center. Step the left foot outside the right hand. The right knee might walk back. You find it. It's your body. You're exploring it. Maybe you roll to the outer edge of the left foot. This body is our vessel for this life. No body, no life. So we honor it. We find the gratitude for it. This practice is such a beautiful place to honor the body. Gives you so much space for it. And let's come back through tabletop. You can walk yourself back on the mat. Again with that puppy dog, arms forward, chest melting towards the earth. Chin lands or forehead lands. The pillow will be useful in a moment. Not imperative, but it might be useful. You can have it off to the right. And then slide yourself forward onto your belly. Shake the hips from side to side. Bend the knees, windshield wipe the shins. Keep the right knee bent, extend the left leg long. Walk the right knee out to the side like a little frog leg, making a 90-degree angle with the right knee. The knee is about the height of the hip. If it's tender, you could put the pillow under now, or you might just walk the body over towards the left so that the knee lands on the mat. Can you breathe more into the belly? Walk the hands in underneath the shoulders. Begin to roll onto your left hip. Keep the right knee out to the side. We're coming into a twist, trying to get the Right shoulder on the earth towards the left side of the mat. Chest towards the sky. This might be a nice place to have the pillow for support underneath the right knee. Where can you soften this body? And then we'll roll back onto our bellies towards the right. Extend the right arm out from the right shoulder. Begin to take the left hand on fingertips underneath the left shoulder and roll over towards the right. So left hip stacks on top of right. The left leg could stay forward with a bent knee. That might feel nice. Or perhaps you step the left foot behind the right leg. This is the last little bit with our shoulders. We hold so much tension in neck and shoulders. It's nice to give it some space. Come back onto your belly. Reach the left arm out. We're going right to the second side with that specific stretch. Right fingertips under the right shoulder. Begin to roll the chest open towards the right. Right hip on top of left. Right foot might step behind the left leg, or the right knee can be forward in front of the left hip. You choose. Your body. Roll back onto the belly. If you were using the pillow earlier, take it to the left side. Hands can be under forehead. Walk that left knee out to the side like a frog leg, making a 90-degree angle with the shin and the thigh. The knee directly out from the hip. Breathe into the inner groin and outer hip. Walk the hands under the shoulders as you begin to roll over towards the right. Opening the chest towards the sky. The pillow can be underneath the left knee here into this twist. Softening here. Expanding with the breath and releasing more towards the earth. What muscle tension is unnecessary here? Can you soften the hands, the shoulders, the jaw? Continue the roll so you just end up on your back, nothing fancy. Hug the knees in towards the chest. Give yourself a little rocking from side to side. Feet land on the earth. Heels press. Heels underneath knees. Press into the feet. Lift the hips. You could roll the shoulder blades under, either hold the edges of the mat, or maybe there's a little more space now and you could clasp hands. As the shoulder blades press to the heart lifts. Keep the chin lifting gently. Lots of weight in the heels as the inner thighs roll to the earth. release the hands. Lower the hips back towards the earth. Walk the feet wide, knock the knees together for a moment. Hug the knees in. Extend the legs up towards the sky. You can hold behind the hamstrings. You can put a strap around the feet, or you can just let them dangle. Take the soles of the feet together as you bend the knees. Grab a hold of the shins, maybe the ankles, or you could interlace the hands around the feet as the knees press open towards the back, or depends on where you are. For me, it's the back of the mat. The knees are pressing away from my head. And then bring the knees back together, give a squeeze. Press tailbone to the earth. Deep breath in. And as you exhale, extend the legs out in front of you. Or take any shape with the body that feels useful for you today. Anything that will help you to really fall into, absorb the practice through Shavasana. Take that, any covering, any support. Take a deep breath in. And a long, slow, heavy sigh out. You have arrived in your body at the end of your practice. Allow yourself to melt into all that is. As you linger here in Shavasana for a moment or two longer, place one hand onto the belly and one hand onto the heart. Feeling yourself in your body. checking in with yourself. How can I honor my body today? What's something that maybe I don't do every day that I can do today as a little ritual of thanking my body? Deepen the breath. Hug the knees in towards the chest. Giving yourself a nice hug. Thank you, body. Wouldn't be the same without you. Make your way into a seat however you best see fit. You land embodied, filled up, palms together at the heart center, lift the heart, bow the head, notice the difference from beginning to end of practice. Let it continue to wash over you throughout the day. Shanti, peace. And so it is.